Thank you very much. Another year of the Youngstown Taco Club is about to happen. We just had our draft the other day, and I think it's time to issue out some draft grades. And we're off. Okay, joining me today on this video are the owner of the Bloodiest Bastard, Dom DiVincenzo, and Trigger Happy.
Actually,
how are you guys?
Erik, what are you talking about? This is Teddy. This is Team Teddy Logan, the owner. I am the representative of Trigger Happy, which is Team Trigger Happy of Season 2 of the YTC. Shut your mouth. Yeah. Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Let me speak. Let Teddy speak, okay? First of all, I'm speaking on behalf of Trigger Happy. I've seen the things. I've seen everything, okay? I got eyes. I got eagle eyes in the back of my head, on the back of this lamp that is like on my face right now, high lamp. I see this TV right here. I got cameras everywhere.
Right. Today we're going to talk draft grades, and we had a great draft the other day. That was awesome. A lot of good food. Shame to people that weren't there. But we're going to go division by division. And grade everybody. Starting the burrito division, we'll start with Jason first. I really like his receivers, and I think his running back situation is kind of questionable, and he waited a little too long for a quarterback. But I think he had a decent draft.
Jason did great picking up receivers for this draft. That's his strong point. But one thing he did address too is like his running backs, and he has a very big week 9 weakness with his team though. That's going to be one of his downfalls.
We're all gonna have that though. It's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah. If I were to give his team a grade, I'd probably give it pretty solid B or B plus.
Yeah, I'd go B or B minus. I think there are better teams, but he's toward the top half, I bet.
I agree. B or B minus.
Okay. Dom, we'll talk yours. Dom, I think your team has like a lot of questions, like all over the place. You got a lot of old players and players that just last year kind of, like before then, didn't have consistent production. Like one hit wonder guys. I think you'll hit on half of them at least, but I think you're going to have to rely on free agency a lot too.
Yeah, I was starting to notice that after looking a little bit at my team. A lot of my choices too, I was going with my gut because I had somewhat of a plan, but becoming the 11th pick in the draft really cut back on a lot of my options. So I just tried to go with it, and I just went with who I felt would be most comfortable with. But if that comes down to free agency, then I'll have to make the changes I have to make.
A B minus C plus range.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd put myself around that same range as well.
You know what? It depends. I think this team, even in the division, it's not like I think there's a few, maybe a missing key part to like the boost your defense. I mean, not defense, but like boost your game, boost the points. There is some, as I probably see, there's a little bit of some things going on with like the players have, but in the end, I will probably have to say, I think you're a straight B minus, and if I'm on the other optimistic about it here, I think it's a B.
Okay, I can see that.
Yep.
Yeah, if some of those players had years like they had last year, yeah, I definitely see a higher ranking for you. And now it's my turn. I'm overjoyed with everybody I have. I got 2 early great running backs, receivers who post high PPR numbers. I sort of reached for a D. I got a great quarterback though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I put myself as an A minus.
Yeah, I agree. Your very first few round picks were amazing. I mean, getting Todd Gurley round 1 was one of them. I mean, actually, I was honestly thinking that somebody was going to pick him up before you even came around. So, props to you for getting him
He was my guy all along.
As late as you did, being 7th.
Wow. Even just looking back at your team, that's a really star-studded team, I have to say. I mean, once like all the pieces come back and when the guys who are like that you have are healthy, only thing I guess the concern is the injuries. That's really like the big. That's really the number one thing about your team that really just concerns anyone who's looking at your team. Is the Element or like Jimmy Graham or like even Stephen Senior, which before he went down, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He was pretty good as he represented on Team City Ballgame last season. But like if he comes back hopefully this year, oh wow. I think you really have a star-studded team, and you can really go far with the team.
Yeah. I believe there's any 35-year-old that can do that. It's Steve Smith. He's just a baller.
Yeah. And also one thing, too, let's hope that Kelvin Johnson... you picked up Kelvin Johnson, didn't you?
Kelvin Benjamin, you mean?
Kelvin Benjamin.
I always get Johnson and Benjamin mixed up, so I don't know why I keep fucking doing that. But let's hope Kelvin Benjamin has a good year this year with no injuries, too. Because that was brutal for you having them injured during the preseason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. That didn't turn out so well for me. Okay, we're going to move on to the Quesadilla division, though. Review our league champion, Tim. I didn't think he had a great draft, but it wasn't bad. I really like his receiving core. Like his quarterbacks, and his running backs, I think, are really in question, but it's an okay team.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
Okay, so his receivers... I'm liking his receivers. I think that's pretty good. It's probably the best thing about his team.
Yeah.
Quarterback situation, he got back Brady again. Not really a steal. Well, I'm not going to say it's not really a steal because last year's draft, he got him late. This is more he picked him up. He got him where probably needed to. That's first quarterback probably taken, or third quarterback taken in the draft.
He was like an 8th rounder. Yeah.
That was pretty solid where they picked him up, though. The running back definitely will be the problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
DeMarco Murray going to the Tennessee Titans first year. I don't know exactly what the numbers he's going to put up. Is he going to be the Philadelphia DeMarco Murray, or is he going to be the Cowboys DeMarco Murray? So that's going to be a problem. That's going to be exciting to see what's going to happen at that over in Tennessee. Then Rawls, on the other hand, coming back from injury. What's going to happen with this team? Wait, excuse me?
Yeah, Rawls, he's part of a rotation now, too, and I don't know if he'll have quite the year he did last year after Lynch went down.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to continue going to the passing game for this season rather than more of how they used to go for a run game.
I think they have to. But I think he's a B team.
What grade?
B.
B? Okay. I give him probably B or B minus.
Yeah, that'd be my range.
Okay, so because of his backs, I'm gonna have to say I'm leaning towards a B.
I gave him B just because he is the league champion, and he can make this
league
work.
Champion. Yeah, of course, he's league champion, and I think his team is pretty set. I think that just the running back position is a little bit suspect right now, but we'll see in a few weeks.
Yeah. Okay, up next we have Will. I really like the pick of Gronk in the first round. I think, other than Dez, I don't like his receivers, and I'm really optimistic about Lacey. I don't like his, other than him, I don't like his running back situation, but like his D, like the quarterback, he has Romo and Dez again, and he's basically Youngstown Cowboys once again. And he has a great name.
Yeah.
Romo Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Romo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. Romo, Romo.
Yeah. Actually, Will sniped me that round one because I was actually looking at Gronk as my round one draft pick, but being a little offense again, wasn't too surprised he was sniped, but I really like that pick. And I'm being a Cowboys fan, I want to hope that Romo has a good year, especially coming back after an almost season-long injury. But I feel like he'd probably be a little bit safer starting Andy Dalton. And then if Romo does well, then maybe he can change his lineup a little bit as the weeks go on.
I think his team is pretty solid. He does have some, I'm not going to say veterans, but team leaders, or I say some veterans as wide receivers, though. Mohamed Sanu and Marvin Jones that came from the Bengals and went to different teams, their respective teams, which in Detroit and Atlanta, who are going to see a lot more, probably see the ball a little bit more often to two passing teams, by the way. And then as well, quarterback position, he has two solid guys. Romo is going to come back. Believes Romo's still going to have a pretty good year with the guys he's going to get. And then also Andy Dalton. He's not going to have as many options this year. We still got A.J. Green. Still going to be his number one. He kind of has Tyler Eifert. But other than the running back position, other than Lacey, because I really want Lacey to perform really well, I think the running back position a little bit suspect with the second running back, or just trying to find like a really who, as long as Lacey is good, trying to find someone as good as him. But I think he's pretty solid with the guys he got.
Yeah.
Shout out to him getting Josh Gordon though.
Yeah, I like that.
That's an X factor right there.
Yeah.
He could be, yeah. I'd go with a B- or C+.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, Gronk. Yes, Dez. Romo. He's got good wide receivers. So I think his flex will be really good. Flex, his receiver core will be really good. Probably one of the better ones of the league. But running backs, you know what? To me, I feel like he's a B or B+. So I'm going. Okay. I think I'm going to go with the B+.
All right. Okay, up next we have Mr. Johnny Brown. And I really love his team this year. I think he's a little thin at the running back position, but other than that, I really like his team. He did draft Cam in the first round, and that's kind of my only knock on him. But if you like Cam that much, I mean, I can't blame you. He's a great player.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to rate him a B+, probably.
Yeah, just from looking at his picks, and John was another one that I've been sniped by. I think John sniped me the most out of anybody in the draft, really. He took a lot of the players I was looking at, but, I mean, can't blame him. So I would definitely give him a B+ as well.
B+ for the draft. So I'm looking at this team. It's a pretty good team. What I don't see in this lineup is a number one receiver. He's got two number one tight ends, which is that's the pro, to having no number one wide receiver, but as a con. Texans defense, that's pretty good. Kicker, Carolina's kicker, Graham Gano, that's pretty good as well.
Yeah, very good kicker.
Okay, but I'm gonna say B+. But if we're gonna have his entire team, his lineup is B+. But I believe his entire team is a B. I don't really like his, other than Tannehill, which I think he can put up points. I'm not really a big fan. Oh, also Sammy Watkins in his IR. But I really don't like his bench. His bench is, if one of his guys goes out, I don't know. He's gonna lose some points there in the upcoming weeks. So I'm gonna say this for right now. Okay, B+ draft. But we're gonna watch out for the injuries.
Yeah, like I said, his running back situation I don't like too much. Like outside his starters.
This Skype call is not sponsored by. For men and women, boxer briefs. Boy shorts or panty-wise. Pick yourself up some, subscribe, save 20% off your next your first pair of underwear. Also, screw pants. I'm gonna keep it PG. So screw pants. Screw pants because
ain't no PG in this in these vlogs. Especially once you and Tim made the dragging the nuts across the forehead deal.
I'm peeping as the publicist for my friend Sugar Happy. I'm going to be PG about this. For him, he will be rated R.
All right,
XXX. All right, but anyway, let's get back to the news.
We have you, Mr. Ted, Mr. Sugar Happy himself. I do question your first round pick and Brandon Marshall. I thought that was a little high for him. A couple of your other guys, I think, have like injury concerns, but they've been consistent. And you stretched for a couple guys, and I guess that's why you have a song, because, you stretched.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. So let me explain my first round. Actually, my idea is that hopefully I can get Robert. That was my first pick. Unfortunately, he got taken. So I believe in the draft at that moment, it was Brandon Marshall and very hard screeching sound when you're inside of a truck.
I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go.
I know Brandon Marshall was. I forgot exactly who was at that point open or available, but it was like someone else. I was like, okay, so I need someone consistent. So really not a number one, like a first rounder pick that you would want to have, but for what you really get from him, number one receiver, he's going to come back. He's going to get similar, probably some similar, gets very similar numbers he's going to get last year, coming from hopefully a better Jet offense. So I'm really hoping that this first round pick does play off. And speaking of my stretches or my kind of reaching for other players around here, I do have multiple number one and number two receivers from my team, including Jeremy Macklin, number one tight ends like Kobe Fleener and then Golden Tate, Michael Crabtree, like Zach Ertz, which I've taken two tight ends, just like John Brown has, taken two good tight ends to go in there with my two good, decent defenses with Broncos defense, which has gone down a little bit. Patriots defense, which get the job done on any given day. They're going to win games. You know that. Even the quarterbacks, passing game. So in my sense is that I got passing attack, passing-oriented teams, which I got Matthew Stafford and Eli Manning, which I think is pretty awesome. Another tight end that's first starter or who's a starter for their team, Kyle Rudolph and Minnesota Vikings, as well as even maybe like a little, not a person that didn't get picked up, but it still can be a very good use in my schemes, which is Jermaine Kearse for the Seattle Seahawks. I think he can produce as well. And also taking from, by the way, shout out for me taking DeAndre Williams away from your brother, Erik, Andrew, because he can't technically, his running back situation, depending on how it is, since we haven't discussed and reviewed him yet, I took him away from even for 4 weeks, not able to utilize Le'Veon Bell because he's suspended for 4 weeks. And then I'm using the Pittsburgh offense with DeAndre Williams, and he'll definitely be in my starting for me as long as he stays healthy in week 1.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Yeah, your draft strategy was just kind of interesting to me. That's all. I generally like your team though.
I
Give you
agree.
a B or B plus rating.
Yeah, I give you B plus as well.
BB plus, Big
BB.
Black plus,
Big Black Plus.
Big
You know what
Black
I mean.
Plus. I don't want. I'm giving myself an A minus. You know what? I'm giving this an A minus. After looking at the team, looking at my conglomerates, and looking at everything, I'm an A. This is an A plus, not A plus team, but an A minus team. It can be better, but we're gonna get this team, Trigger Happy, will get the job done.
Indeed.
Let me tell you about Rocco. I really love his team. I'd foster them as my own if I could. I mean,
Yeah.
I like my team though, but beside the point. I'm a big fan of his team other than the backup running back situation he has. And I really like the first round Adrian Peterson pick. I think he's a 8. I'm going to rate him an A.
I agree. I mean, it seems like a lot of teams this year, we all have, like, a lot of teams have running back issues, but, I mean, Rocco did a very good job drafting his team this year, so I would have to give him at least an A.
I'm going to say he's pretty good. I have to say he's going to be really good. And for Trigger Happy, he's going to be a really good adversary, big rival in that division, in the knockout division. Suspect with the running backs. Quarterbacks, do like the quarterbacks that he has. Tight end position. Good. Pretty good. Not the. I mean, am I going top tier for top tier tight ends? In fantasy football, yes. So I do like that. I can't really say anything. I would say A+ if you had a better bench, but I really have to say this is a solid A team.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Finally, in your division, we have our first pick, a holder of our first pick, Keshawn, who took Ezekiel Elliott in a move that shocked everybody. I like it. I don't hate it, but I don't exactly love it either. It's just kind of unexpected, and he had a horrible mid-round, just flukes.
Right.
And he did draft his Colts like we expected. Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton. I'd rate him a C or a C+. Just that mid-round spree. He went on badness. That was bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Keshawn did not have a very good draft this year. I mean, not saying that he didn't have a good draft last year either, but I mean, this year, taking Ezekiel Elliott, very first pick was, I mean, I don't know if that's worse than picking T.Y. Hilton first pick last year, but it's kind of close.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. We'll see what this team can do. But I mean, like what you said, all of his mid-draft picks were very questionable, in my opinion, anyway. So I'd give him a straight-out C.
Okay, I'm looking at this team, and I gotta say, this does look like C team. If you just look at it, it looks like a C team. Dig a little bit deeper into what's actually happened. For the guys he did pick up later in the late rounds, I think it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, late round wise, he did well. That mid range, though. Yeah.
I mean, mid range did hurt. I mean, especially like Giovanni Bernard, the backup running back for the Bengals, which he will see time going on. Even the backup running back for New Orleans with Tim Hightower.
Yeah, I think that's the worst.
That's a bad flex. But here, the worst is LeGarrette Blount.
Oh yeah.
From New England, because he's only good. They only usually use Blount whenever he plays the Colts, and usually that happens. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the schedule for the Indianapolis plays New England. High risk, high reward type of deal. Even trying to use them throughout the weeks. Now let's break this down. So let's take out LeGarrette Blount. We take out LeGarrette Blount and we take out both of his flexes. So what you put in there is you put Isaiah Crowell, which is who shares the snaps with the Duke, right? First of all, okay, so he's more like running. I mean, he can run and he can a little bit of passing, but really Crowell's used for running game, right? Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. So he has a decent, his back. So what's happening here is that if you look at his starters, that's a D+ team. And then actually, if you look at his bench, it's pretty good compared to others. It's not the best. I see guys who are probably gonna put up points every single week, and they're they start and they're playing all the time. Other than Victor Cruz, I don't know exactly what Victor Cruz is gonna do. It'll still be something, but I enjoy it. I'm gonna be better. I was like, I'm going C plus on this one. Actually, I'm not going C. I think his bench, when you put inside and you put actually in the starter, I think it's going to be pretty decent, and he's going to win more than 2 games this year. I think he's going to win like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I can see him doing a little better this year for sure.
I don't think he'll have quite the year he had last year. That was just horrible. Okay.
Definitely.
Next up, our final division, we have the Gordita division and Donnie Lucarell. Probably the most interesting draft of anybody, to say the least. Another team that had a horrible mid-round, fluke, whatever you want to call it.
Shout out to Auto Pick.
Yeah, he drafted the Boz in a pretty expected move.
The Boz.
He drafted Steven Jackson, who doesn't play anymore. He did drop him today, to be fair. And
well, at least he realized that more in advance.
And then Antonio Brown, he'll be carrying the backpack like Cam did last year.
Agreed.
I'd have to rate him a C- or a D+.
Yeah, I mean, Erik, you pretty much covered everything, so like, there's not really much else for me to say. So, I'm gonna have to go with a D+ on his picks.
Okay, so let me speak a little bit about this entire thing. So first of all, probably the shocker. I don't even think the shocker. The first pick was the shocker. I think the shocker was Donnie picking Antonio Brown, which was that was the shocker there because everyone thought he was going to pick Cam. He picked smarter, or either it was auto pick that picked it for him, or I don't know what happened. But he got Antonio Brown, stole it away from Tim's nut sack grabbing hands, or teabagging hands and shit. All right, or ship. But here's how I feel about this. All right, he's got even in his lineup, and he's got guys, and he's got guys that are going to produce. His backs, I think most of his bench is not really that well. I think with his starting team, his best starting team, he can win some games. Well, a few games with, but I'm not. It was just a very bad draft for Mr. Team Donnie Football, aka now Brown Lives Matter. We have to discuss that later, but literally, okay. But I'm going to give you how I feel about this. I'm going to give them a D. I give him a D for these nuts because literally everyone's nuts are going to be in Donnie's mouth because his team is going to be sucking so much this year.
Make the playoffs anytime soon. Next up, we have Andrew, who is right there. He doesn't want to be on camera. I think his backup receivers are in question. But I generally really like his team. And Gardner's draft fairly well. I think it's a B+ team. B+. What do you guys think?
Good. All right. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, Le'Veon Bell can't use him until like 4 weeks, unless he gets overruled. Jeremy Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Demaryius Thomas, Jordan Reed, Matt Jones, Vincent Jackson, Bengals, and Hoshka. Backups, bench. I can see points on the bench. Not the best bench. But I have to say, pretty solid. I have to say. I'm giving this team a B+.
Yeah, that's what I gave it too.
Yep. So too, B+.
I just hung up with him. He's taking a little too long there. But he rated a B+. He's a B+ team.
That's
consensus. We have one more team left. And that would be Mike's team. I think he had an okay draft. He waited a little long on quarterback, but he drafted Derek Carr and Fitzpatrick back-to-back, which was a good move, I think. I'm pretty optimistic about his team, though, other than the C.J. Anderson and Kamar Aiken picks. Those are the only real picks I didn't like about him, but he had the back-to-back picks in every round, and he made the most of it, I think, with what he had.
I like his picks. I'm especially going to be looking forward to seeing more like an evolution of the newer players. So Derek Carr, Mike Evans, younger guys who are still growing in this league. I'm really going to be enjoying that. He does have the Rams defense, which is pretty good. So they're going to make some points, fantasy football, and making some stops. So I'm really enjoying that. Sean McCoy, as long as he's healthy, pretty good in this league. He's pretty good. I think it's a really solid team, and with his bench, I think I'm gonna have to say a B.
Yeah,
B. A nice solid B. If bench better, get a B+, but I'm thinking a B. I think a B is all right for me.
Yeah, I'd give him a B as well. For doing it by himself for a change, I think he did well. No Timmy Wardle to help him out.
Mike can pick his own teams.
Yeah, that's great lyric. But Ted, I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I thank Dom too, even though he's not here anymore.
Yes. By the way, stay in school, kids. Stay in school.
Yes, very important, everybody. Stay in school.
Stay in school. And follow me at _Tedward.
Put that right there. Okay. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you when the season gets closer. But hold up, I'm not done yet. At the draft, we had an amazing performance by Trigger Happy, alternate persona of Ted Everett, and it was an experience. I'm going to play for you a couple clips from that, so I'll send you off with that.
Most of you don't know, I'm not Ted. I'm sorry.
What?
My name is Cookie, actually. Just kidding. Actually, my name is Trigger Happy. Erik and Gardner, advocate and facilitator. Let's raise a glass in his name. Water, we play this game. Want downtown Town Club, YTC. I never thought beyond the BC. Yellow being the big three. To oppose me, you can hold these. Best friend is a big B. Might just come kayfabe. All they want is some money. All they want is to get a shot. Yeah. These quarterbacks hanging in their soul, cause the doctor Mercedes down. Screw you, tricks, reflecting moves. Why not turn around? Number one, I guess my friends. Number two, if you five peers. Number three, if you're between the lines. And number four, your time in here. They try to come at me, I'm dirty. Not to move for every move. My game is electrifying. Hit you with that Pikachu. We think this girl, Amanda Lake, on point. Man, I swear to God, she can get this DK. What can I say? Down that smash, we're gonna lay on them. Blowing up houses on the way. Woo, 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 woo. Yo.
Warm it up. Here we go, sir. Here we go.
I'm a killer. Yo. Train gang. Rolling up the same thing. It's a gang bang. Train gang. You know how it is. Train gang. Never stop running with any witches on my stick. Now Halloween, but recipes slide to them DMs. Teaser like it's trick or treat, no butcher, but I got the teeth. Ready to make a fart joke? One year that one guy to slam mom dresses and your mommies, but on the back I'm on one. MG just pick one. Kids are overrated, man, so I'll blast up on top of one. The bronze nest when I posterize, or the plasterize, you sick freak. Good is my go-to. one trapping up, not playing. Hustle hard by Lex Luger. Make sure I plug that. Triple X 1988. That's my hotline. Come bling that. Pretty sure, bring it back. Pretty sure left with the wrong package. Here, there's my constellation. It ain't me, but it's big and black. That's all right. It's on me. Tricks 100% guaranteed. Thanks, man. Added free. Stretch shirts from head to feet. Yo, call me Stretch, cause I have a song. Super man, give me that goddamn ball. Drink, game, drink, game, drink, game, drink, game, drink, game. Never stops. Drink, game, get it, go, bow, 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 yes! Ladies and gentlemen, live performance from Training Game. Everyone wanted for many years to come. Some of us had to miss it. But screw them. Unfortunately, couldn't be here. That's sad, but thank you guys for coming out. But props to Untitled Chapter.